Welcome to another episode of the podcast that is all about the collective league of adrenaline, strength, and honor, Clash Wrestling 360. I am the star and most charismatic host of the best Clash Wrestling podcast in the whole world, Lance Brock, and I am going to talk about today, coming up this Saturday night, Taylor, Michigan, live at the Taylortown Trade Center. Clash Wrestling, Divided We Fall, the final Clash Wrestling event of 2016, and it is an event you do not want to miss. Coming up this Saturday night, it is Team Elk versus Team Tresnik. Team Tresnik is the H3RD, the mad scientist Tommy Tresnik, the surgeon Jackson Vaughn, Dr. Wrecking Ball Randy Casey, and they will be joined by Dragon Greed and Evan Craig, and they will have a mystery partner as well. Team Elk is my beard brother, Caveman Elk, the Midnight Society, Osama Lion, and another one of my best friends in the whole world, Maserati Rick, who had a great match at Clash from the Crypt last month with the Omega Alice Hightower. And they will be joined by Ace High Cameron Sky and the Professor Matthew Priest. And Team Elk will also have a mystery partner. And I'm sure everyone would agree with me that mystery partner should be the other half of the Beard Brothers. One half of the real best friends, unlike those two guys from Canada. The star and most charismatic host of the best Clash Wrestling podcast in the whole world, Lance Brock. I'm sure everybody would love to see that. And if that happens, Team Tresnik has no chance. This Saturday night at Divided We Fall. Also, this Saturday, hope to have an update on what has happened with GQ Gavin Quinn at Clash from the Crypt last month. He was carried, out of the ring by Sepultura Di Manzo during the main event. Have not seen him since. And who knows if we will see him at Divided We Fall. Also, at Divided We Fall, at Clash from the Crypt, Jeremy Jones announced joining Clash Wrestling in January for Seize the Day 10. The biggest event of the year will be WWE legend Brooklyn Brawler. And at Divided We Fall, it will be announced who his opponent will be for Seize the Day. Once again, this is an event you do not want to miss. The final Clash Wrestling event of 2016. The final event before Seize the Day 10. Do not miss it. Right now you have to go to ClashWrestling.com to order your pre-sale tickets now. I believe you have till either Thursday or Friday to get the pre-sale tickets. Only $12 each, or 4 for $40. That is a great deal. But if for some reason you can't get the pre-sales, tickets will be available at the doors. Only $15 on the day of the show. At the Taylortown Trade Center. Doors open at 7:30. Bell time 8 p.m. or maybe a little after 8. Clash Wrestling, Divided We Fall, this Saturday night. And of course, I will be there, hopefully, to get some interviews for Clash Wrestling 360, a pre-show, a post-show, who knows, maybe even an intermission report. You never know what's going to happen when you're live at a Clash Wrestling event. Remember, like Clash Wrestling on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at Clash Wrestling. And you can like this podcast on Facebook, Clash Wrestling 360. Also, 360 Wrestling Podcast on Facebook. Follow on Twitter at 360 Wrestling Pod. And Instagram, 360 Wrestling Podcast. Once again, this Saturday, Clash Wrestling Divided We Fall, the final event of the year for Clash Wrestling. Get your pre-sale tickets now. But until then, hope to be back soon, this Saturday, to be exact, with some good interviews right here on the podcast that is all about the collective league of adrenaline, strength, and honor. But until then, I am the star and most charismatic host of the best Clash Wrestling podcast in the whole world, Lance Brock, and I will see you at Divided We Fall. Show over.